As families prepare for the return to school, kids' health and well-being are front and center. From staying up to date on vaccinations to scheduling sports physicals, there's a lot for parents and caregivers to consider. And joining me to discuss all of this is Dr. Lisa Shenvasan, a pediatrician with Optum Care Washington. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So, important conversation. We're going to start with vaccines because I know they're top of mind right now. So, what vaccinations are recommended right now for children?
Yeah, so if you have a kid who's starting school, so for the very first time, or kids who are returning, we have some routine vaccines that we give at the 4 and 5 year age. So especially the measles right now, there's a lot of talk about that one. So make sure you get your second booster for most kids. And then also middle school. So your tetanus update, your whooping cough update, meningitis. And then hopefully in October, we'll get our flu shots and some of our COVID vaccines.
Yes, I know that's coming. What are some important things to think about too when we're just preparing for the return to school for kids, parents alike?
Yeah, so biggest one I guess asked a lot is sleep. So when you're on summer break, I think we all do it. We go to bed maybe a few hours later than what we would like.
Oh, yes.
So getting your kids back on a good sleep pattern so that on the first day you are ready to, start the day in the school year.
When should you start the routine back gradually? Like a week before, 2 weeks?
I would definitely start a week or two before because it's probably going to be a little bit harder to make it up a couple days right before school.
Makes sense. And why are sports physicals too a good idea, even if your child is not enrolled in like an organized sport?
Yeah, so we catch actually a lot on sports physicals, and things do change from year to year. Even just having what some people might consider a minor concussion can really impact how the rest of your school year progresses, especially if you are playing a sport that might involve more injury. So checking that off the list, checking heart conditions, did anyone pass out the year before? These are all warning signs for us, and these are things that we do investigate if that comes up.
Mm-hmm. And we just had a reminder how hot it can still get in Seattle. These last few days have been a scorcher. So when it comes to sports outside, what are the warning signs of some heat-related illnesses that we should be looking out for?
Yeah, so I have a lot of football players and things who are already out practicing these days. So make sure you hydrate your kids before they start practice. So I think a lot of people will hydrate during, but hydrating beforehand is equally as important. And then making sure that they're taking breaks in the shade. And then if they start to feel dizzy, if they start to feel weak, if they start to feel nauseated, any of these things can be warning signs that you're getting too hot.
When is like a particular warning sign the opportunity where it's like, okay, we're at a level where we need to rush the doctor right now? Is there anything parents should be looking for?
I mean, I would say definitely if your kid starts to feel off in any way, please have them lay down. Lift up the legs, put them in the shade, and if they're still not feeling good, please give the doctor's office a call, or you might even need to hit up an urgent care or call 911 if it's really emergent.
Yeah, and any sports in particular that you think about during the heat that are especially vulnerable?
Yeah, so definitely any sport where there's a lot of equipment involved. So football really does come to mind because this is when everyone is practicing. You're wearing heavy pads, you're wearing helmets. There's just a lot of extra stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And tell us why too. I want to get to this because such an important topic that I've heard from a lot of friends, but it may be difficult for some people to return to school with the uptick in reported mental health challenges. So what can you tell us about this among young people?
Yeah, I mean, return to school is stressful for everyone, and not just parents, but also for kids. Especially if you had a fun summer, kind of getting back into that routine can be really hard. And also depending on how stressful school is in general. I think there's a lot of expectations that are put on children these days. And some of them realistic and some of them not. And I think there's a lot of kids going into school feeling anxious from the very get-go. So having that open dialogue with your children, making sure, checking in with them that they're doing well on a day-to-day basis, just having that connection with them so that they feel comfortable, whether it's with a parent parent, a grandparent, family friend, pretty much anyone that they feel comfortable talking with, and just making sure that they are doing okay, because mental health is very much a problem on the rise in our kids these days.
Yeah. Are you seeing there's a level when parents feel like, okay, I'm going to take my child in to talk to someone? Is there some warning signs that parents should be looking out for?
Yeah, the big one for me is when your kids do not want to do their daily activities. Because even if most of us are feeling anxious, we can still progress through the day, have fun, enjoy what we're doing. But if you have a kid who suddenly does not want to do something that they previously really loved, if they are becoming more withdrawn from the family, they're not engaging like they were before, those are just little things that will slowly creep up, and that's when you should definitely contact your doctor.
Amazing. Thank you so much for all of these tips. This is going to be really important as we all head back to school for parents and kids alike. So thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Amazing. And to find out more about services offered at Optum Care Washington, just visit the website that you see right there on your screen.